Hello, thank you for joining me. Yesterday I posted a video from a couple of years ago about Remembrance Day and the parade in London, which happened yesterday. But today is the actual Remembrance Day, the 11th day of the 11th month, remembrance of the dead, the wounded from the First and the Second World Wars. Now, hopefully, many of you will not have lost families, friends in any wartime situation. But I always use the 11th of the 11th for spending extra time remembering those that I have lost over the years, friends and family, and just taking a few quiet moments to think about them. And one of our lovely group sent me a poem that she has written, and it's in memory of her late sister who was called Lindsay. I won't tell you the author's name because I haven't actually asked her permission. So if she adds something underneath, then you'll know who it is. If not, she can remain anonymous. But it's talking about when she and her sister were younger. And it's called Remember When. Remember when we played with Roland and Stacy and Linda and Michael? We played on the street outside, no toys, just kids. We piled up leaves in the autumn and snow in the winter, and jumped from the wall. Everyone did. Dad said, "Don't jump off the walls," but we did it anyway. Remember we'd walk to Horniman's museum. We'd look at the stuffed walrus and the bees under glass. Then we'd cross the road to the park and the paddling pool and roll down the plague pits, our clothes all stained with grass. Mum said, "They're not plague pits," but we knew better. Remember the long summer days. It stayed light in the evenings. We'd walk all the way to One Tree Hill, not turning for home until the street lights came on. If we'd had our way, we might be there still. Be back by dark. And sometimes we were. And sometimes. Remember mucking about in the garages and knock down ginger in the flats, playing on the bombed sites, the rubble of someone's wartime drama, and the rubbish dumped, a treasure trove for us, of wheels and wood, old doors and ropes. No thought that it could harm us. Dad said, "Don't, it's a dangerous place." But we went anyhow. Remember when we wore navy blue knickers with pockets in, where we put the school greens that we couldn't bring ourselves to eat, and Liberty bodices with rubber buttons, which only came off in the spring. Mum said, "Ne'er cast a clout till the May is out." Whatever was a clout, other than a thick ear? Remember how we'd walk to school buttoned into our gabardines. Foul weather didn't know where to have us. Our velour hats stuffed in our pockets. And sometimes you'd shout, "Run!" and we'd catch the bus. Dad said, "Don't stand on the platform." But from there, we could jump off before paying the fare. Remember when there would be frost and ice on the inside of our bedroom window, and we washed in the only warm room in the place, the kitchen, warmed by the coal boiler in the corner, and we bathed once a week, upstairs, together. Otherwise it was just hands and face. Mum said, "Wash everything," but we never did. Lick and a promise. And we'd make a guy out of old clothes and beg for pennies by the station, then run to the sweet shop to buy matches and sixpenny rockets. Remember the boy who burnt half his face off? Dad said, "Don't put fireworks in your pockets." "Penny for the guy, mister. Penny for the guy." Remember the swimming baths where we queued and twisted pennies to make dents in the red brick walls, and Saturday morning pictures with the Lone Ranger and Bugs Bunny, 6pence each in the stalls. Kimosabi, hi-ho silver. Remember Lollipop Lane and the wooden bridge, which came out at Chalk and Cox, and the wood yard behind the station, and George's caff and the pet shop, and the man who tried to grab us there. And you shouted, "Run!" And we ran and ran and didn't stop. Dad said, "Don't talk to strangers." But it didn't help. Running did. Remember bread and dripping and a cup of tea, 2 sugars, stir well, and cod liver oil on a spoon. You gave me yours 'cause you didn't like it, and dipped the thermometer in tea to make it say 99.5. And shake it down a bit, or she'll know. And don't bite it. But if you do, catch the mercury and we can play with it later. Remember the coal shed roof the day you fell through it and cut your legs to ribbons. Thanks to Penny and Sally, we got away with that. And the apple tree and the kitchen garden and jumping out the windows, and Judy on her blanket, the budgie and that stray tabby cat. Dad said, "Don't go on the coal shed roof." But we did anyway. And we grew up and moved away to Dulwich and Crystal Palace. And we married and had our kids and moved away, further still. And Dad died. And Mum died. And our kids grew up as well. And then one day, Lindy, you died. I don't understand it. I never will. Lindy said, "Who cares? I don't." Lindy said, "I'm not doing that." Lindy said, "Run!" Lindy said, "I'm just at Clackett Services." Lindy said, "Let's go camping in Cornwall." Lindy said, "Do you remember when?" I do. I remember it all. Rest in peace, Lindsay. So many things there bring back so many memories. Some of you will not have heard of many of them. Liberty bodices stand out. They were amazing pieces of kit. If you were lucky, you got a new one each winter because they didn't stand washing very well. They started off soft and fluffy, and they were just sort of like a sleeveless vest, but it finished at your waist. So there was always a gap, but it had rubber buttons on, and I never knew what on earth those rubber buttons were for. The mind boggled, but I never knew, and I was never told. Maybe my mum didn't know either. But dripping, oh yes, dripping was a rare treat. Used to go down well. But many memories there. And I really, really am so grateful that I was allowed to share it with you. So take care. And if you're remembering loved ones, I hope that you too have happy memories of times that you spent together with them. Take care. Bye for now. I'll speak to you very soon. Bye for now. Bye. It doesn't want to switch off. Excuse me.